So I have a 115 horsepower Yamaha outboard here, and I'm gonna run you through real quick on how to change the lower unit gear lube. First off, I'm gonna get my motor into position where I want it throughout this process. So trim it down into a vertical position. Turn it so I have access to the motor. So I have my oil leveling plug here, and then I want my oil draining screw at the lowest position it can possibly be at. So I'm gonna get whatever I'm catching my old lube and oil with underneath. So a lot of times when you drain out of this drain hole, it comes down your skeg, so I like that placed underneath that skeg there. I can take my screwdriver, take out this drain plug. There's a little magnet on this drain plug, so I'm looking for any kind of metal shavings that might be on this screw, and I'm also inspecting this gasket that's on there. That gasket's good, so I don't need a new one. To really get this lube flowing out of here, I need to take this oil level screw out, so it allows airflow and it will really start draining out. Break that loose, and you want to be sure to inspect these gaskets on both of these screws, so you can see now how it's starting to flow out of there. This gasket looks good as well. I'm gonna set that aside. And then you just let all the oil drain out. So now all of our old gear lube is drained and sitting in this bin. So I can take a look at my old gear lube and see if there's any discoloration. If the oil comes out milky or there's excess metal in there, it can mean that there's an issue inside of your lower unit that should be addressed. But since it's clear and clean, I am good to go to just fill her back up. So now we need to replace that with new stuff. So I've got my quart, fresh gear lube here, as well as my pump. So because this is Yamaha, I have to use an adapter for this. So I'll run you through real quick on how this whole thing lays out. Take the pump out of the package. Have that, have my adapter. And on this little end here, you can take this screw off. And so, because it's a Yamaha, like I said, I need this little adapter. So this screws onto there, like so. Open up my gear lube. Take that straw, insert it, so it reaches all the way to the bottom of the bottle. Tighten that down on there, and then when you're putting gear lube back into your lower unit, you actually fill it through the drain hole, but you're keeping your oil level plug out as well, so I'm going to be looking for oil to be coming out of this hole as I pump it in. So we'll screw this end into the hole, make sure it's a good tight fit. Get that tight in there. And then it's simply just pumping it. So obviously this is a clear tube, so I can watch it as it goes in there. It's that clear blue color. And I can check and see there's no fresh oil coming out of that drain hole. And this should take right around a quart oil to fill. And again, as I'm filling, I'm just waiting for the fresh gear lube to come out of this top hole. When choosing a replacement gear lube, it's important to stick with manufacturer's recommendation. So here we have a Quicksilver SAE 90 gear lube. Oh, and there it comes. So right around a quart. And so as you can see, that's fresh gear lube coming out of there. I pump it out. So now that I've had my oil come out, the bottle's pretty much empty. I know that my lower unit is filled, so I'm just gonna go ahead and grab a paper towel, clean this up a little bit, and then Take a little bit of the new oil, put it on the threads in the gasket of this top leveling screw. And then it's important to replace this before unscrewing the pump. So that's in there. Don't over tighten it. Now, because I have this replaced, I can unscrew this. And there shouldn't be too much drippage coming out of the bottom here, because I have this top screw replaced. So there's no minimal airflow through there. There might be some, just a touch. So again, taking my bottom fill screw, and try and get new oil on this and get that hole plugged as fast as possible. That's there. Take my screwdriver. And tighten that up. Just hand tight. Wipe that down. Clean everything up. And then you're good to go. Your gear lube is replaced.